I really enjoyed last season. I thought we found some insane talent and a very, very worthy winner in Akai. And we've sort of come back a bit bigger and better. The prize money's obviously more than doubled. It's now £250,000, £250,000. I might enter myself, to be honest. Probably won't win. And so I think and I think people are now familiar with the show itself and the concept of it. So we're seeing probably about 400 acts over the course of the auditions, and we're sort of we're going almost at the end of that audition process. We've seen some ridiculous acts. The pressure's always on, but slightly off, because once it gets to the live semi-finals, it's not up to me anymore. It's up to what the audience think. And so, like last year, at some points, we had, as judges, we had a different idea than the audience. We were like, oh, for sure they'll go through. They did a great job tonight. And then they would be not voted through into the final and stuff like that. So, it's in the lap of the audience gods once we go to the live semi-finals. But we certainly feel the responsibility of getting people on the shortlist and then whittling it down to the final 28.
And you said there's some mad acts out there. Is the standard gone up, do you think, because of the sort of success of the first series? Has there been a sort of...
On a general level, it has.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be very hard to find another Akai. I don't think there is another Akai. He was inconceivably individual in terms of his quality of talent. But and I think all the semi-finalists last year were of... They would probably find themselves, getting into the shortlist this year and going through.
Yeah.
But I think we've just seen more people of that level.
Yeah.
And who are it's lucky we've got 28, but I think it's going to be hard to squeeze all of those in to try and find that 28.
And are you looking? I mean, all the judges have got their own sort of specialities. Are you looking perhaps to maybe get more tap acts in this year into the later stages of the competition?
No, I have no motive to do that. If they deserve to be there, then they deserve to be there. If they don't deserve to be there, then they don't deserve to be there. Obviously I love tap, and so possibly I'm more critical of it, because I expect to see a certain level and what some people might think, oh, but that was very good. I'll be like, well, actually, there's room for improvement. No, we want to find. Obviously, we have to have a variety, but if they're good, they're good.
Kimberly was sort of tagged as the nasty judge last year. Is she being just as mean this time around? She's
had her moments, I have to say, but she's also had moments of where she changed her mind. So I've become meaner. She's become softer. Ashley may have become taller. I think that's possible. But and the judging criteria is, it's not black and white. Although ironically we have red or gold. That's our criteria. But within that, there's such a varying degree of what we have to judge on and what we think is worthy, sort of thing. So sometimes it's not just red or gold, which is what we try and say to some of our contestants. It's like. Sometimes you can give a red and you're like, you were so close to a gold. You've just got that much to go. And otherwise, sometimes we can give a gold and be like, you know what, you're worthy of a gold, but you're just a gold.
When there's like a sort of an emotional story for a contestant, do you ever find yourself sort of being swayed towards letting them get through and giving them a second chance?
Once again, there's an enormous spectrum of criteria and also of personal things. The crowd can really put you under pressure, and that's one of the things you have to take into account. If they're really crowd pleasing, then that's an element of performance that clearly engages. But in terms of emotional stories, it does really depend on the circumstance. But generally, part of being a competitive dancer is that you do it on the dance floor. You leave everything else behind.